So good day all and welcome to the South African lawn. Let's go for a mow. Ja, maar nou snij ik lekker. It's a beautiful day on the South African lawn. It's a beautiful day on the South African lawn. Lekker man, lekker guys. Sure, Owens, just have a look at how lekker this lawn looks. Besides the couple of issues that we've got going on here, in general, it's looking flippin' lekker. Now before we get into what I'm going to do today, like look there, still recovering, but that is a big improvement from where we were a couple of months ago. Also another issue right here. For our Bermuda Owens, just have a look there at some lekker invasive kweek. Okay, not my favorite, but I'm keeping it there for yellow Owens. Okay, that was a bare area actually. Since the day I moved in here, then I plugged in some Kikuyu, and that Bermuda just chokes it out. And also here, I've got some scary shade issues. So there, it's very bare, but I'm still deciding what to do there. A lot of things I didn't get to this year. Still want to do some garden beds and so on, but just check Owens, in general, I think it's looking flippin' lekker. What do you think? Yes, see that mower, I tell you, that lawn mower, that one right there, just cuts so flippin' lekker. So flippin', just have a look there, Owens. Mense. Huh? How's that? How are that? Owens. Yeah, nee. Guys, just have a look at this. And you might say, yeah, you're cheating, it's 5:30 in the afternoon. And yes, it is probably the best time of the day to film and the best time of the day to be outside on your lawn. Just speaks for itself, really. So yeah, I've been training this pattern in for about 5 or 6 mowings now, maybe 7. Probably a 3 week straight now that I've mowed in the exact same direction right here. So I will be changing it, but we're having people over this weekend, and I decided, you know what, bugger that, keep it straight, don't confuse the lines now, make it pop, make the people go, oh goodness. So yeah, I'll probably after this weekend mow the stripes in a different direction and then change it more often. But let's get into today's video, guys, now. Okay, so guys, hold on, before we get started, I just want to say 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers. 25 months ago, this channel started on this very same lawn, and I would have never thought 1,000 people would have subscribed to my YouTube channel, like ever. So I never even knew that there was something like monetizing videos and all those type of things. I literally started videos on YouTube because there was no South African lawn content. So I decided, no, you know what, make something direct to the guys who's got Kikuyu, Bermuda, warm season stuff, Southern Hemisphere, and then I came across lawn tips and all this lacquer stuff which touched on these type of things. And here we are, 25 months later with 1,000 subscribers, and I really just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really just want to thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and all the support and all the views and everyone who's been following the journey along. I really do appreciate it. Now we've got that Facebook page going. I see tons of activity there. It is so exciting. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. Okay, so right there you see a fertilizer bag in a fertilizer spreader, and you're thinking, Merrick, another fertilizer video. And yes, you are 100% right, another fertilizer video. And you're like, probably, why Merrick, why another fertilizer video? We don't want to. And yes, we're going to talk about it today because we've now hit March, and March means autumn or fall, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so I'm going to try and simplify this. If you don't know how a plan of attack works with your warm season lawn through the summer, your nitrogen levels should look like this, and this part being December. So it starts off in the spring fairly low, going up, peaking, and then coming down towards April, or March and April. Okay, and that's where we are right now. We're going to talk fertilizer or nutrient quantities in this fertilizer bag. So there you can see all the quantities in this bag, and here we've got a 232. So you're probably used to something like a 713 or those lacquer things. Some of the guys throwing down gun all season long. That's like nitrogen only, which is the first number. So this is N, P and K, and I'm going to try and simplify this for you. This is upper growth, up, down, all around. Up, the 2, 3, the down, 2, the all around. Okay, so what that means is that first number is upper growth, so it grows the leaf of the plant or everything above the soil actually. That's where that grows if you boost that number. The middle number, that 3 right there, is for roots, and that's why we're aiming more towards it now this time of the year. And that one is all around for your stamina. When you've got like lawn issues, funguses, or recovering from something, that number really helps building the stamina of the plant. So that's up, down, and all around health. Okay, so that's what that means, and that's why we're probably looking at this time of the year, and you're probably thinking, Merrick, you're crazy, because the last 2 weeks, especially if you're living in the Highveld, we've had no rain. We've had just sunshine, and the temperature's 30 and in excess of 30 for 2 weeks straight now. I don't know if you guys have had rain, but we had ridiculously warm weather, so this is probably not relevant to what I'm saying now, but believe me, it is March, and we will see a decline in temperatures right now, and we will have to focus rather on something that boosts the root growth instead of our leaf growth. Okay, so as the temperatures decline, the speed of the leaf blade growth decreases, and therefore we don't need as much nitrogen for our lawns. So I hope I didn't confuse you right there, but that's why I'm going with a little bit lower nitrogen and a little bit higher phosphorus and an average potassium level. Okay, so I've had this fertilizer for probably 2 or 3 years. I've never used it, and finally now I can make a video with it. I've actually got a big bag of 315, which is also a good fertilizer to use now because it hasn't got so much nitrogen in it. So yeah, I'm really just eyeballing. I've gotten fairly accurate with my guessing game here. So I know that I can use approximately a quarter of this bag and divide it up into 4 fertilizers applications right here. And the main thing that you want to keep in mind is that per growing season from September to April, you don't want to exceed approximately 2.5 kilograms of nitrogen. 2.5 kilograms of nitrogen. So if you're fertilizing a lot, then you obviously decrease the amounts that you put down every time. If you don't fertilize that often, then you can obviously bump it up. You could play around with that number and put a little bit more down or less down, but that is a good guideline. 2.5 kilograms of nitrogen per growing season onto 100 square meters of lawn, which I've here got about 200. So I can put down about 5 kilograms of nitrogen. Superman. Okay, so this fertilizer I'm putting down right now, 232, is also a great fertilizer to use when you are starting a lawn, when you're putting down sod or even when you're seeding. Because it's got a higher phosphorus number, it really stimulates root growth. And root growth is really awesome when you're starting a lawn. That's really what you're after when you're starting your lawn. Not a lot of top growth, but rather root growth to get that plant as strong as possible in the beginning. Okay, so that was a chemical fertilizer 232 that I've just put down here. And now you've got to remember, because it's a chemical fertilizer, I have to water it in thoroughly. I would say at least 10 millimeters of water down onto the lawn. That's probably about an hour's worth of irrigating on this lawn. I would have really loved to use organic fertilizers, but they don't make them in smaller prills, guys. Can't use it with my spreader, and I just can't see myself fertilizing 500 square meters with my hand every month. So the guys who's got smaller yards, that's probably not an issue. You can just chuck it up by hand and you guys can use organic fertilizers. That's lacquer all down. Yeah, Owen, so I'm bringing you here to the back to show you what's going on here, and oh my goodness, things are not looking so lacquer at the moment, to be honest with you. This 2 weeks of 30 degrees plus has just flippin' nailed this lawn. It's lost a lot of color, and I'm somewhere just leaving the hose pipe here because it feels like I'm watering all the flippin' time. The sprinklers are on almost every day, and I'm hand watering the areas that dry up quickly, and I've got a flippin' ton of warm season weeds here. This oxalis is just everywhere, and then also, as you would have seen there, these bleached patches right there is that glyphosate. So I'm finally getting control over this invasive quack or Bermuda, but unfortunately it's making my lawn look like a teenager's face at the age of 15. Very pimply, not so lacquer. But yeah, guys, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I'm now going to irrigate that lawn there at the back, and I hope you've learned something. I hope you found it interesting. And if you don't even put down fertilizers on your lawn, maybe now is a good time to start, you know. Put down something light like a 232 or whatever. You're probably going to have a nice lawn for the next 2-3 months still. 2 months to be realistic. I don't know if anyone would recall, I actually saw a question posted on this. Does Kikuyu definitely turn dormant in the wintertime? Whatever. Does it turn brown? Whatever. And go and watch some of my older videos in June and July last year, through the winter, or like, yeah, last season, through the winter on that Kikuyu lawn. Never really turned like white brown. It lost a lot of color and it slowed down a lot, but never turned completely dormant right there. Protected kind of a lot to frost, you know. So, and I kept it irrigated probably once, or yeah, maybe every week or every second week. I kept it irrigated, so it actually kept on going quite lacquer. So yeah, guys, you can prolong your season just by fertilizing a little bit. When it slows down completely, you've got to stop, obviously, but just by keeping up with the watering and seeing how far you can push it into the winter, then you don't have this 6 months time of brown grass and whatever the case may be. Yeah, guys, I think that's going to wrap up this video. Once again, thank you so much to all 1,000 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed already, maybe consider doing that. And I think I'll see you in the next video. Cheers for now. Bye-bye. And there they go. And there they go. Go Kikuyu! Kikuyu for president! Woo! How the hell do I get to that side?